This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I
Morning, guys. Morning. Welcome down to Livewire. Um, Sorry, no Guyanese music today. Apparently, the Guyanese artists are now, or I should say, the websites like YouTube and Facebook. They're enforcing copyright laws in the countries that they operate in, and some of the music that we play here in the morning, it's causing us to be blocked on certain websites. So we will have to figure a way around it, or we'd have to ease up on the use of some of these songs on the program, or find out a way how we could get some permission to play them on the program without having any repercussions. Nevertheless, we're here. Good morning to all the persons tuned in. It's really good to be here with you again this morning, Wednesday, the 25th of October, as we make our way down to the end of the year, December. Guys, share the live, wherever you're joining us from. Share the live so persons in your area, your friends on your Facebook, or your followers on YouTube, they would have an opportunity to look at the program, whether it be live or later in the day, they can review. Morning to all the persons tuned in. Eunice Ragabir, good morning to you. And I hope you had a good day yesterday. And stay strong. You're a good person and maintain your good character despite all the other negative things that may occur. Joe Nabijan, morning to you. Neil Ramlukan, good morning. Leroy Mangal, morning to you. All the people joining us from New York, good morning to you. Jamila, good morning. Tracy Martindale, all the way from Bartica, good morning to you. Morning to John Mitchell as well. And Diana Martindale, Mr. Earing Ward, Anthony Murray, the mayor there in Bartic, and the rest of the team down there at the Town Council and the RDC. Good morning to you guys. Keep up the good work that you've been doing, pushing for development and ensuring that there is development in Region 7, more specifically Bartica, and also those outlying areas, Upper, Lower, Mid Mazaruni as well. Morning to Ann Hill, Krista Kurpasad, Lexus Blingers. Good morning to you, brother. How things? How the DJ business? How the fishing business? I hope everything is going well for you, brother. Vina Ramkaran, good morning to you. Good morning to everybody on the live already. Sherwin Siram, Jamila Kayum, Gil Eon, Chitra Sokraj, good morning to you. Remy Pasad Patti, good morning to you. Asha Wallace, morning to you, my friend. My friend, me not hear from you long time, my friend. I hope you're good. Y'all know the Venezuelans gave me real little trouble. We're not giving me trouble. The show ain't have to self. But we ain't got time with that. We ain't got time with that. Not to blade the grass. Morning to Omar Sharif joining us from Venezuela. Yes, let them haul the ass. Datan Andalal, morning to you. Vishram Patrick. Paul Joseph, morning, brother. Relief coming soon, brother. Whole form. Prem Prasad, morning. Dale Henry, morning. Raj, morning, brother. Thank you for the shares. Carla Daniels, morning to you as well. Good luck with your exams today. I know you've studied, you've put in the effort, and it's now time for you to go there and show what you've learned. So good luck in your exams today. I know in the coming days you'll be going through your paces, finishing your course. So good luck and all the best in your exams. Bro, I got one in red, I got one in yellow, and I got one in black. I plan to rotate them. I gotta send you share where you could get some, bro. Right? So Lachu Mahabir, morning. Miss Ram Charan, good morning to you. Pam, morning. You're early this morning. Glad to have you here. And wow. Virginia Khan, good morning to you. Rajiv Maharaj, good morning. And all those persons joining us across the diaspora, Good morning to you, Miss Ramdas. DL, we're going on jumping, catch up in a while, but glad we were able to meet here and have our discussions. Michael Pereira, morning to you as well, brother. Thank you for joining the live. So, guys, let's move on to today's content. Now, yesterday, I was glad to see Gene Chisholm. Good morning to you. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her last name right, but Gene morning. Yeah. But yesterday, I was happy to see that there was a display of levels of maturity and patriotism coming from certain quarters here in Guyana. It was good to see that our government and our opposition can come together on a matter of national importance and show solidarity in the interest of all Guyanese. Now, we've seen over the past weeks and months different efforts by Venezuela to either intimidate or to stress out the process, which is now in the hands of the International Court of Justice in relation to, I wouldn't say an ongoing border issue, but this already settled border matter that Venezuela has resuscitated. Now, yesterday, as I said, the president and a few members of cabinet met with members of the opposition to have discussions on the way forward in relation to this Venezuela-Guyana controversy. And I was happy to see the posture of the opposition leader after the press conference, which is something that we are not accustomed to. A positive outlook on the way forward, a collaborative outlook on the way forward, team effort. So the opposition leaders' statements yesterday after the meeting showed a different face, and we'd like to see more of this face of the opposition leader, a face that is willing to work together for the betterment of Guyanese. And that is very important as we move forward with this Venezuela-Guyana issue. So as I said yesterday, His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali, President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, and Mr. Aubrey C. Norton, Member of Parliament, Leader of the Opposition, held a meeting at the Office of the President. The main purpose of this meeting was to discuss the existential threat posed by Venezuela to Guyana's sovereignty and territorial integrity. Now, the President was accompanied by several key officials, including the Honorable Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips, Member of Parliament and Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Bar Jagdeo, Vice President and Member of Parliament, Hugh Todd, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. And I also saw Minister of Governance there, the Honorable Gail Teixeira. On the opposition side, the opposition leader was joined by Kemraj Ramjatan, Member of Parliament, Amanza Walton Desir, Member of Parliament, Gita Chandan, Member of Parliament, and Tabitha Sarabo Al-Haley, Member of Parliament, and Ronald Austin as an advisor. Ambassador Ronald Austin as an advisor attended on behalf of the opposition side. Now, both President Ali and opposition leader Aubrey Norton agreed that Guyana's sovereignty is of paramount importance and that Guyanese people are united in their determination to protect it. And I agree on that. There's not a single Guyanese that is willing to concede an inch of land to the Venezuelans. And we want them to understand that clearly. If it comes to it, Guyanese will defend this territory to the end. We will not be pushed over, we will not be bullied, and we will not surrender any part of this map that is considered Guyana. let me show you which map I'm talking about. We will not surrender any part of this map that we call Guyana here. Not a blade of grass. Not a blade of grass. So, despite all the things the Venezuelans think they have, the implements, the machinery, or whatever it is, we as Guyanese are not afraid. And we have allies that will not see us being bullied by this what's the right term to use? This Leviathan who is trying to bully us to take our land because of our newly discovered oil resources, to annex it into theirs, to cause what? More sufferation to people. The fact that they are willing to put a referendum out there that they are going to annex part of this country and give the citizens in that part, the Guyanese citizens in that part of the country, citizenship, it's nonsense. And we will not take that hard bluff that Venezuela is pushing right now. This is the same situation between Russia and Ukraine, where a big country is attempting to bully a smaller country. And just like Ukraine, we will be resilient here. We won't stand for it. And we will have the support to ensure that this map doesn't change in no way, shape, or form. Right? In no way, shape, or form. This map will not change. Nevertheless, as we continue, so both parties, government and opposition, strongly condemn Venezuela's flagrant violation of the rule of law and express their commitment to resisting Venezuela's persistent effort to undermine Guyana's sovereignty and territorial integrity. A joint commitment was made to launch a vigorous and comprehensive morning caller.
Good morning, Mr. Courdel.
Morning.
Let me try to educate you on some parts of this Venezuela thing, right? It's not that you're talking about this morning?
Yes, sir.
Since 1996, right? We had a problem with Venezuela. We had a problem with Venezuela with this same land, with the same Essequibo. And you know Venezuela come across here and they take about 6 acres of our land and cocoa. So when you see Guyana talking about we have 83 square miles, and you know, we had to fight, we had to fight, and we get back 3, we have to get 3 square meters, they get me. So Guyana is just 80 square meters of land, 80,000 square miles. So when we see we got to educate the people and educate this yourself, Venezuela is 28 million people. Guyana don't even have a million. So all what we have to do is got to keep is the media picking up this thing. Venezuela want no part of the land. Is the media picking up this thing? Is our media building up and carbon doing stupidness? Venezuela don't want no problem with me, and we don't want no problem with Venezuela. Some people got there is the media doing all this stupidness. These young guys who coming up and young girls what they feel that they know this and they know that. They don't know nothing. Let me cut out this kind of stupid narrative. All right.
Thank you for your contribution. And I do agree with the caller to some extent. There are media houses in Guyana who are pushing a negative narrative in relation to this matter instead of showing complete solidarity with our leaders and with the populace of Guyana. Nevertheless, as I said before, and the caller highlighted, Venezuela might have a lot of people, but Guyanese are resilient, right? Russia has more people than Ukraine, but Ukraine holding them off, right? So that is what I want people to remember as well. We might not have as much people, but Guyanese, one Guyanese worth 10 Venezuelans, or I dare say 50. One Guyanese, 50 Venezuelans, right? And as the caller would have highlighted, some of these media houses need to take more responsibility and care with how they're handling these matters. Morning, Vishal. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm second with the call just now on one point that you made when it comes to these supposed media houses, the people who shelter under the pretext of journalism, I should say, right? And then we have a strong minority of the population or cross section of the population that peddle these negative sentiments about Guyana, not only when it comes to the issue with Venezuela or the controversy with Venezuela, but on many other issues, you understand? And I think Guyanese need to be more patriotic. We need to be more patriotic. We need to stop peddling.
Hello?
Hello, you hearing me?
You went out there for you went out there for a second.
You getting me clear?
You're getting you clear now.
Yeah, as we say, right? I think a lot of us before we utter nonsense and crap, we need to think. If you understand what I mean.
I agree.
We need to think. Because simple, the government building a new harbor bridge, my brother, if you should listen to the sentiments that would utter by certain people, it would left you amazed. Like, you know me, brother? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Some people are already declaring now Venezuela being speaking Spanish just now with all this crap.
Yeah.
If you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
Guys need to wake up. They need to wake up and they need to be more conscious, self-conscious, and more so have a national consciousness.
Yeah.
If you understand what I mean.
I agree.
Right? Because this is not a walk in the park issue. First thing, we do not have the military might like Venezuela. That is understood. I am not saying that Venezuela or Guyana is a walk in the park, if you understand what I mean. But I think we have enough clout internationally who will not stand aside idly or passively and allow Venezuela to overrun us.
Right.
I think the situation in Venezuela is very complex too, because the Americans is backing the opposition, which they recognize as the legitimate government of Venezuela. But the opposition in Venezuela is using this execrable issue to garner support as well, if you understand what I mean.
Right.
You see, a lot of people don't read, so they don't know these facts. So it's not only these insignificant supposed journalists in Guyana. that is doing that is inflaming the issue more. There's a internal strife in Venezuela when it comes to the opposition and the government. But both parties share the same sentiment when it comes to Escribo. However, I think we as Guyanese need to be more united, and we need to be more cognizant, and more so, although we have guaranteed support, I think our government should start equipping this country militarily. Fighter jets, javelins, and many other military hardware. It is accessible, and we at least for the past 3 years, if you look at it, the reserve in our central bank, the reserve is about $863 million, I think the last count. And in our sovereign wealth fund, we almost have almost over $1 billion. By now, this is 2023, ending of 2023, 2024, 2025, almost $3 billion annually. And beyond 2025, maybe beyond 2027, you're looking at another $7 billion US. So when Mr. Norton and all them talking about people and we should give them 5,000 US a month and all them crap, these are the critical components we have to deal with.
Right. I agree. Definitely
National
agree.
security.
Definitely
Because
agree.
you know how these superpowers is double crosses.
But
The situation in Ukraine is very complex. The Americans has a lot of biological weaponry that they're experimenting in Ukraine, if you understand what I mean. So it's a very complex situation there when it comes to Russia and Ukraine, right?
No, Vishal, one thing I see Dale Henry has mentioned here, which I also took into consideration too. That money we got there, they buy 1-2 plane there, all the money done, you know. Them plane there's $200 million US.
We have other military hardware we could procure.
Yeah, indeed.
We need to equip ourselves. We cannot only piggyback on these superpowers. Who are the superpowers? The majority of the countries that are considered superpowers or considered super rich nations, the majority is white people, buddy. And these white people don't give a damn what no non-white nations, only when it suits their interests.
Yeah.
So we have to equip ourselves. Kudos to Ukraine that they have thus far managed to defend themselves. You understand? But you see who is Ukraine? Ukraine is a predominantly white nation, brother.
Well, the president spoke of that, The president spoke of that, the speed in which Ukraine got help, and when you contrast it to Haiti and other places that needed help.
Look at Rwanda in 1994. You don't think the Americans could have prevented that atrocity in 1994?
Yeah.
Look at Somalia. Look at Central African Republic. Look at Mali.
Yeah. Look at this. Look at this comment here, Vishal. So Mohammed Yusuf is saying Guyana is not a country of war. Why we must spend money to equip? Well, I think he's trying to say equip ourselves.
Whoever he be or wherever he is, he need a psychiatric evaluation, ASDP. I better carry to the mental health institution. You better check with the institution.
We gotta be picky here, man.
It's like you're in the streets and you got money and you're palaver yourself and you got no protection.
Exactly. Right, we aisle money, we got to protect ourselves, we got high level security.
The United Arab Emirates, you know what I'm buying? F-22 Raptor. This is the US, one of the most lethal fighter jets in the US arsenal. Right? Look at Bahrain. Look at Saudi Arabia. All those countries are oil-rich nation. You know what they got? Even to Saddam Hussein. If you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
You have to equip yourself, brother. Look at Muammar Gaddafi. He did so much for people and what the Americans do. Right? So we can't wholly solely depend on Uncle Sam as a culprit.
All right, Vishal. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for coming through this morning, Vishal. Good. So it's an ongoing discussion. It's an ongoing discussion. One of the things I saw yesterday that I personally want to comment on, and I think the Guyana police force needs to catch itself. Right? I think the Guyana police force needs to catch itself. So I was coming out of UG Road, and there's one of these new police vehicles, not the Hilux, the fancy one, the Musso or whatever the brand is. Excuse me, coming down the East Coast, heading towards Georgetown. And on the side of the police vehicle, it had Policia/Policia. Now couldn't be more upset because I literally sit down in the car and I was cussing because I am thinking, despite Guyana is a friendly place, we are friendly people, we welcoming people here, our main language is English, right? In America, where there is a wider diversity of persons from different countries, they have not altered their signage on their law enforcement vehicles to facilitate anyone. If you're living in the country, you got to learn to read the primary language of the country. Moreover, for the Guyana police force to pay, if they did, somebody to put on a sign that say Policia/Policia is beyond retarded. Right? It is beyond retarded. How could you have two Spanish words back to back? You realize, well, okay, one gotta be English at least. And somebody put aside the police pay for it. The person who put in on this sticker ain't got enough brain to say, well, hey, something look wrong here. This is two of the same words. Why we got two of the same words? Two same words back to back. The Chinese have been in Guyana in greater numbers and longer than the Venezuelans. Why we ain't got some Chinese writing or some Chinese graphics on the side of the police vehicle? Listen, this is foolishness, and I'm asking the Guyana police force to stop that nonsense. This is nonsense to the highest. Our vehicles that taxpayers' money buying, Guyanese taxpayers' money buying, got police on it, and not even in regions closer to the border. In the capital city. Now, mind you, yes, there are Venezuelans here in Guyana. Morning, Karen Carter, DPI best photographer. Mind you, there are Venezuelans living here legally, fine. Right? But again, Do you see Trinidad where they have a Venezuelan issue too, where they got them coming illegal, changing the wording on their law enforcement vehicles to facilitate them? This is one of the most retarded acts that I've witnessed here in Guyana. And I'm hoping somebody at the police force catches sense, or the Ministry of Home Affairs catches sense and removes that nonsense off of our vehicles. In my personal opinion, I feel like we are inviting them over here more to say, hey, it's okay. We want y'all to be comfortable enough to read with signage and them kind of thing, which is nice. But then again, when you look at the fact that their country, right, their country, the country that they're loyal to, is showing continuous aggression towards Guyana. We cannot make it seem like we're welcoming them here to take over this country. So police force, whoever it is, because I know the commissioner is a very sensible man. He's a very sensible man. And I highly doubt that he would have approved policia, the signage. When I saw it at first, more so when they have it on the front of the vehicle, right? Policia at the bottom of the windscreen, like if we in Venezuela. Even if you put in that there, it should be in some little car in different languages. So whoever, Chinese, Venezuelans, Haitians, whoever could read that is police in some car on the vehicle, but not prominent like that. Not prominent like that. And the fact that these police driving wrong in a bloody vehicle marked policia/policia, you should shame. Y'all should shame. I would have pulled it off and take whatever reprimand I would have to take, because I wasn't going to be embarrassed like that as a police officer. That shows that somebody is very stupid to have policia/policia. You wouldn't even realize, well, one got to be English in our language. One got to be English in our language. If you guys want to call in the number, I don't think I have the number running on the bottom of the screen, but it's 671-6228, right? That is the height of foolishness. And I'm asking the commissioner, the Minister of Home Affairs, to please address this. Please address this nonsense. Please address it. Let Guyana be for Guyanese. If persons come here through the legal channel, that's fine. But Guyanese speak English. And if any Guyanese know Spanish, is a second language. You understand? I was talking to a friend the other day who told me he talking to a Venezuelan. He got a Venezuelan girlfriend. I didn't call him name, but he got a Venezuelan girlfriend, right? And the two of them together. Now, he is trying to teach her English. You know what he told me? She said, she doesn't want to learn English. She's not Guyanese. Her language is Spanish. She's Venezuelan. She can speak Spanish. And I'm guaranteeing you there are many others like that. They ain't even trying to learn the language in the country that they're in. You understand me? So, this is not an attack on the Guyana police force. I want to make that clear. This is not an attack on the Guyana police force. This is a citizen who is concerned about what is happening in this country, talking about something that I see, that I feel should not be so. Or some more thought should have gone into it. I hope whoever the graphics man in get paid for putting policia on the vehicle. Back to back. When I even saw it first on Facebook, I thought it was a Photoshop, because I'm saying, how does it make sense? Right? How does it make sense to put policia on this thing? Right? Oh, shucks. Paul is here. And this was one Paul understand, you know. I did Paul, I call it as I see it. Whether I see it your way or not, I call it as I see it. And that is the height of foolishness. The height of foolishness. That is the height of foolishness. And they need to sort that out. Right? So either y'all rebrand the vehicles properly or just take them off and leave on the police crest. This reminds me of the police body. So they had this incident where the police, these bulletproof vests, they took them to get branded. And apparently the brander was supposed to put on the police crest, the logo, the thing with the little jaguar on it and the crest on it. But instead of putting the police crest, they literally put the words police crest on the vest. People for real? I mean, come on. After you put on the first set of wording police crest on this bulletproof vest, you want to look at it and to yourself, say, man, this doesn't look like it makes sense. Let me ask somebody something. Let me find out something. And it comes again to people asking questions. Ask questions, people. Don't think your question is stupid. It might be stupid, but it's just that you understand it mightn't be at that level. But ask a question to avoid foolishness like this. Please, y'all ask a question. Anyway, I come straight off of what we were discussing. Right. So let's go back to the meeting that happened between the opposition, well, the president and the opposition leader. Now, I was telling you that both parties strongly condemned Venezuela's flagrant violation of the rule of law and expressed their commitment to resisting Venezuela's persistent efforts to undermine Guyana's sovereignty and integrity. Right? And sorry, jumping into the WhatsApp there, sorry. Sovereignty and territorial integrity. A joint commitment was made to launch a vigorous and comprehensive public relations program and a proactive diplomatic effort to counter Venezuelan propaganda and misinformation, expressly related to the territorial controversy and the Geneva Agreement. Both parties reaffirmed their dedication to the current judicial process taking place under the International Court of Justice, believing it will ultimately resolve the question raised by Venezuela regarding the validity of the 1899 arbitral award. Both leaders emphasized that Venezuela has historically treated the 1899 arbitral award as full, perfect, and final settlement of the boundary between British Guyana and Venezuela, and they highlighted Venezuela's participation in the demarcation and the ratification of this boundary over several decades. President Ali and opposition leader Aubrey Norton expressed their concerns regarding the upcoming referendum in Venezuela on December 3, 2023, which they believe violated existing treaties and international law, particularly question 3 and question 5 of the referendum, which misrepresents the Geneva Convention. They emphasize that the international law prohibits one country from seizing, annexing, or conquering the territory of another country. Both leaders acknowledge the international community's support for Guyana's sovereignty and territorial integrity and call for close monitoring of Venezuela's actions, which are deemed a serious threat to peace and security in the region. President Ali and opposition leader Aubrey Norton agreed to maintain close consultation on this critical national issue. Now, the meeting underscores the seriousness of the territorial dispute between Guyana and Venezuela and the commitment of Guyana's leadership to protecting its sovereignty through diplomatic and legal means, while upholding international law and agreements. Right? So, I am in full support of what the president and the opposition leader have said here, and we will see how this issue continues to unfold. Morning, caller.
Good morning, Courdel. Akani Blay here.
Morning, Akani.
I'm following the program and listening to the caller just now as it relates to the whole issue of this police story on the police people in Guyana. A few weeks ago, I spoke about it. The thing is, to me, I wouldn't be saying the police force. The police force just cannot write the name police here on the vehicle of the Guyana police force without ministers or cabinet decisions. And that is what worries me, that this thing had to be done at a level, if not the minister, the cabinet. And I'm asking the question as to why, given the fact that this hostility of Venezuela didn't just pop up overnight. This thing was going for some time now. Then I want to know what could cause such a decision. I want to know the rationale behind this whole thing.
I'm wondering myself. I can't understand it. And in such a prominent places on these vehicles.
And like you rightly said just now, that we have a whole other nationalities in Guyana, and we select one. And who we select? Our hostile neighbors.
Yeah.
To put their name on our vehicle. Not their name, but their language on our vehicle. What happened to our Brazilian neighbors? What happened to the language of our Suriname neighbors?
Right.
But this Venezuela, and then you put police here. And I mean, ever since this thing has been talked about, we haven't seen any pullback. And I'm saying, who can be so handed to insist that it remains without proper explanation?
That is so true, brother. That is so true. I'm wondering, because it's a while people have been talking about this, and there seems to be no change. You know.
That's what I'm saying. And you know, the thing is, the government is my government. The government is the government that I support. But this one I ain't supporting this style.
Yeah.
I ain't putting my nose on fire with it.
I agree with you. Police here gotta go.
So I think we need answers.
Yeah.
We need answers. And if we don't get answers, then we need it to be retracted. Just as how they were bold enough to install it, they must be bold enough to pull it back. And ain't got no shame about it. We face the hostility from these people. Why accommodate them? I think to myself, what is in it?
I'm wondering as well.
I don't believe that Venezuela would be firing one shot. I ain't keep on no referendum, nothing. The geopolitics is too complicated for Venezuela to try anything. You don't believe to yourself that the Americans or the Chinese who have got a good relationship with Guyana would sit back and allow a Russian-backed Venezuela to invade. There would be no other invasion of any other country. Not for this, not for the next 50 years. Nobody is doing that again. We had Russia, Ukraine, we got Israel, Palestine. That's it for now. happen again.
Yeah.
Or the United Nations General Council, they would have failed the world. You can't just sit back and watch people just invade other people's country. I mean, North Korea just not going to end up in South Korea. And they go on and on.
Yeah,
It's not going to happen anymore.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. And the General Council, they themselves know that we had enough of that for the year. But well, it didn't have the nice things happening. So I ain't even bothered about Venezuela and the empty threats at the moment. I mean, threatening for over 100 years, the story there. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
Anyhow, we got to push on.
Thank you for sharing the views. Some salient points made there. Right? So, y'all have no fear. Don't worry with Venezuela and all the bluff that they throw in here. Guyanese don't take bluff like that. Right? Look, I see Sister Rampasada asking how many of the police officers can speak Spanish. I don't know. They probably know a few words, but I don't think they might be fluent in the Spanish there. They probably know a few words. Nevertheless, our government or opposition are dealing with this matter as one, and let us look keenly and closely and always keep our ears to the ground and be aware of what is going on. And when they start this awareness campaign in relation to this matter, as Guyanese, make yourselves aware. Because when y'all run into them Venezuelans here, y'all tell them the truth about what's going on, right? Y'all tell them the truth about what's going on. Anyway, we're moving on. In other news, Minister of Public Works, Bishop Juan Edgel, provided an update on the progress of the new Demerara River Bridge project. Now, the minister would have announced that approximately 27% of the construction works on the new Demerara River Bridge has been complete. The minister assured Guyanese that the project is on track and that they are committed to bringing it in on time and as scheduled. He emphasized the importance of not delaying the project. The project is being undertaken by China Railway Construction International Limited, a well-known company with experience in large-scale infrastructure projects. The new Demerara River Bridge is described as a hybrid cable stay beam girder concrete bridge built to United States American Association of State Highway and Transportation Official standards. So the bridge is built to the standards of the United States American Association of State Highways and Transport Officials standards. So it's going to be of real quality, right? The bridge will feature 4 lanes and have a total length of 2.6 kilometers. It will connect Nandi Park on the east bank to Lagrange on the west bank. The total width, including the lanes, shoulders, and medium, will be 23.6 meters, providing ample space for safe and efficient traffic flow. The bridge is designed to accommodate Handymax vessels passing underneath with a height of 50 meters. The minimum horizontal height of the navigation span is 210 meters, but the final design is expected to have a more extensive horizontal span. The new Demerara River Bridge is engineered with a lifespan of 100 years, ensuring its durability and longevity. The project is expected to be completed within 24 months, with major work scheduled for completion by December 2024. So this new Demerara River Bridge is a significant infrastructure development in Guyana. aimed at improving transportation and connectivity between the East Bank and the West Bank of Demerara, and accommodating various modes of transportation and future growth. Morning, caller.
Good morning, Courdel.
Morning.
You know what they should do now? Put give Martin Trading not a bit of grass in Spanish and put it on the registration and all over the place. So that they hear it boarded.
That might be a good idea, sir. That might be a good idea. But yeah, I go around suggesting that to people. Thank you for that idea. Barrett Mangar, the road to Patriotic is currently under construction from Tamari to Sand Hills. It's already a fair weather road, and it will be transformed into a all-weather road and then an asphaltic surface eventually. So that project is ongoing currently. In the video that I shared the other day, I think it was on Monday, which the president would have shared, highlighting all major projects across the country, that was one that was highlighted there as well. I'll probably upload the video to my page so persons can see. Now, the caller just suggests that we get somebody to sing over Not a Blade of Grass in Spanish and start playing it around the place. I think that's a good idea. Since we put in policy on the vehicle, not a blade of grass. Not a blade of grass in Spanish. I got to get the lyrics. That is a wonderful idea. Thank you, caller. Thank you, caller. Not a blade of grass in Spanish. And we got to play it all across Essequibo. All in the capital city. Let all them Spanish people hear. Let them all hear. Not a blade of grass. Not a jamun. Not a drop of water from the Pomeroon. I don't think they got a Spanish word for jamun. They might. I don't know. But that's a good idea. That's definitely a good idea. I don't know how we can do it, but I will look into it. I think I know some people, some Guyanese fluent in Spanish, but that's if they could sing, right? Anyway, guys, we're coming down to wrap-up time. Before I go, I want to do a quick shout-out to our sponsors. Remember 592 Tech Visions if you're doing any surveillance cameras, electrical installation, you're wiring your house, videography, photography services, give those guys a call. Encloth for all your medical clothing and devices, male and female clothing, cosmetics, electronics, give them a call. The numbers on the screen at Encloth. If you're building roads, if you're doing your house, you're doing any renovation, interior flooring, consulting, you need just support, King Kong Construction is the place for you. Check those guys out. Your Securitize Secure, right? Get security for your business, your home. If you're coming into the country and you want your own personal bodyguard service, give them a call for armed and unarmed services, executive close protection, gun spa cleaning service, fumigation, sanitizing service, general construction, and various supplies. Also, if you're in the diaspora and you have your property here and you're looking for a service to keep the property clean and maintained, check out Shepherd's Cleaning. They have various packages for persons, and the custodians, they are vetted and checked, so you don't have to worry about nothing in your place going missing or anything of the sort. Check out Shepherd's Cleaning Service. Remember, Shepherd's Cleaning Service is hiring as well. So send your application to the email on the bottom of the screen. Let me take that off so you can see it. Or you can give them a call on the number here. Let me get the number for you. I don't know why Mr. Shepherd from Shepherd's Cleaning Service and put the number on this thing. Just the email. But you can call Shepherd's Cleaning Service on, what's so long ago this guy messaged me? Let me get the number for you. Right. 644-4855, 644-4855 for Shepherd's Cleaning Service. So check them out if you're looking for work or anything of the sort. Check them out. Well, I don't know Spanish for caras. We can work it out. We can find a fish that similar to both of us, so we can put it in there, right? So please, guys, support these local businesses. They help to keep me here with you guys daily. Well, I should say Monday to Friday. Also, just support local. Support local. These young, and I must mention every business that is here that I just advertised, Afro-Guyanese. Afro-Guyanese. Every single one. Afro-Guyanese. Right? And businesses started in 2020 to now and flourishing that they couldn't do before. Some started before and flop 2015 to 2020. They're now kicking off. But anyway, all are Afro-Guyanese. Support people. Give them a call, photos, your electrical installation, construction, your clothing. Give them a call, please. Right? Anyway, guys, that's all the time I have for today. Remember, it's all about peace, love, and you know what's usually said. We gotta keep it. We gonna work on this whole music thing. We ain't want no trouble with Facebook and YouTube. Right? So guys, peace, love, one Guyana.